WMVU.org.
No way!
24 hours, 7 days a week. Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, and worldwide.
There's no words on it.
This is WMVU.
Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, and worldwide.
Number one at-work station.
Fight it and we'll do it live. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. If you're a new listener, just type in Pentagon tested gay bomb on Iraq. They didn't consider using it. They've used it on our troops.
And welcome to your long ride home. I'm your host, Michael Long. Joining me back in studio today, Mr. Corey Hennessy, the co-host with the most beard.
Well,
Starting to come back.
yeah, starting to come back.
We are coming to you live, of course, as always, from Akron, Ohio, the beautiful WMVU studios, right here in gorgeous metropolitan Akron, Ohio, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Rubber City. You smell rubber when you know, like if you go to Hershey, they say you can smell chocolate as you drive through the city. When you come in Akron, do you smell rubber?
I usually have my windows closed because I'm really afraid of getting attacked.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in the hood.
Makes sense.
Akron's kind of a scary place. Growing up and living in Lorain, it's nowhere near
Right.
as bad as Akron.
That's a church city you live in.
Churchy.
The burbs.
D-burbs.
I swear I am not drinking. I'm not getting drunk on the show. This is
I wish you would.
I wish I would too. This is called John Lemonade. It's actually what it's called. And it says on the bottle, "Imagine all the thirsty people." I'm assuming that this was not endorsed by John Lennon nor his estate. They just said, "Screw it. We're going to do what we want." See how they have like John Lennon glasses on the lemon?
Yeah.
It's very creative. They are some.
I wouldn't call it that creative.
Whoever these people are. I'm actually wearing glasses today, so I may be able to see, but it doesn't really say who made it. But I got. Oh, it's. No, it doesn't say. Oh, yeah. RBC Cola LLC in Thousand Oaks, California. I didn't feel like putting my contacts in today. Like, it's, I mainly wear my contacts so when I have a mask on because my glasses fog up. So if I wear contacts, I don't have to worry about that. So I usually don't leave the house without contacts on, but I was like, screw it. I'm not going anywhere but the radio station. I can deal with the 10 seconds I have my mask on coming in and dealing with my glasses maybe getting a little foggy. I just didn't feel like going through the hassle of putting on. And man, it sucks putting them in. Taking them out's even worse. Putting them in ain't that bad, but taking them out. My husband actually, 2 days ago, he's like, "Hey, did you drop a contact?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, probably the other day, probably." He's like, well, it's on the floor of the bathroom. I'm like, "Yeah, I already replaced it." He's like, "You do that a lot. Like, there's like 4 or 5 of them just laying on the bathroom floor." I'm like, "Well, yeah, sometimes they slip out of your hand, and obviously I can't see, so if they're on the bathroom floor, I'm not gonna find them."
Was it Velma or who was it that
Oh,
loses their glasses all the time? They're on the floor.
It's Velma. Well, no, was it Daphne or Velma? Which one was it? Okay, Daphne was a sexy one to some people. Velma.
Yeah, she had that little foxy thing going
Yeah,
on.
Velma was sexy to the nerds.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming
There's been some sexy women cosplaying Velma.
Yeah, she's
Some sexy women. I'll just say that. I'm not that I've been to any conventions.
Nah.
I actually really haven't. I want to. I want to go to some horror conventions and stuff once the world opens completely back up. But
I want to go to some podcast conventions. I actually want to do our own podcast convention eventually here. That's what we plan on. Radio and podcast convention eventually. And you know what? We'll be able to do it sooner than later because one of us is vaccinated.
yeah, you'll never guess which one that is.
It's me.
Should be me.
I-
I'm like on like day 87 or something like that. Day 88. I'm coming up on 90 days.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how that works. Is it 90 days your antibodies are good for? Like they say the average is 90 days. Is it like 90 days from infection? 90 days from the loss of symptoms?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know that I had 85 days of smoke free.
Yeah?
Today was 85 days. So I knew that it was around that time. It was like 2-3 days
Congratulations.
after. Well, thank you. It's not like a brag. It's just like the time frame. So the time frame's there because I quit after I got it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering if it's since this because I still have symptoms. I mean, my nose and my throat and everything, like my taste, it's all still like muted. Like it's still not good.
I didn't have really any side effects from I didn't have no major side effects like after Friday about 3 o'clock. I got my shot about 11:30 ish. About 2-3 o'clock, I was just like, oh my god, I just wore out, and my body was just hurt, like it was just stiff kind of. That's what I text you guys and was like, hey, I
Yeah.
don't think I can do the show today.
Yeah.
Like I was all ready. I'm like, yeah, but then my body was just like, no. But besides, and that only lasted a day. Besides that, I was perfectly fine. They say after the second shot is kind of when you get most of the side effects. So we'll see what happens. Someone actually told me that actually works for a Department of Health in Oklahoma. Told me that to get my second shot in the opposite arm that I got my first shot in, and the symptoms will be less severe. So I don't know if that's maybe because you're, I don't know, distancing out where the antibodies go, so the antibodies ain't meeting up in one arm. I don't know what the logic is
Gang war,
behind that.
Bloods versus Crips.
Yeah, bloods versus vaccines.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I'm gonna try that when I go back for my second one in 3 weeks, April 9th. I got the Pfizer vaccine. I was hoping for the Johnson & Johnson, but I got the Pfizer, so
That's you wanted the Johnson & Johnson for ulterior motives, really,
Yeah.
not necessarily because you think it's the better shot.
no, just because the sooner I get that, the sooner I can start my other job.
Yeah.
So, but it won't be too bad because, April 9th, and I got to wait 2 weeks from that because it's like 2 weeks until the vaccine's actually fully in you. So 2 weeks from when I get the next shot is when I can start working. So I'm pretty cool with that, and that's all right. You know, I'm still got some other stuff going my way financially, so just found out my stimulus check is going to be mailed since we're going to talk about stimulus and Looney Tunes, apparently, or stimulus and Space Jam
Yeah.
that we talked about 2 weeks
We,
ago.
we can talk about that though. We'll get to that.
Yeah. My stimulus says it's going to be mailed out on the 28th, so make it at that first week of April, hopefully.
You can. I just got an email. Not that it matters, because I had my stimulus like the next day at 7:40. Like I had mine really quick through Cash App, but PayPal, I guess, isn't charging fees. So if you get it and you put it attached to your PayPal account,
Right.
they're not charging fees, which is kind of cool. But
Yeah.
you know, I thought about getting a PayPal card. I'm not doing my
I got
own,
one.
like my business venture going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
And
Did you get your LLC yet, or have you
No.
signed up for it?
No, I'm going to apply here. I have somebody walk me through it and apply. And
Yeah, because without that EIN number, PayPal won't let you do a business account. They'll switch it over, make you do a personal account, or they'll limit your account until you have it.
yeah,
So you may want to start off with just a personal account, and then once you get your EIN, you can switch it to a business account. That way you don't have to go through
Yeah.
all those headaches of them holding money or anything like that.
yeah, we'll get there. I'm not super in a rush.
Yeah,
you know, I'm still operating, you know, as just a sole proprietor.
Yeah.
Still operating under that, but I'm not super rushed. I mean, I want to do it for
Yeah.
sure. Like I have goals and plans, and so far business is doing pretty good for what
Business
it is.
is booming.
I wouldn't call it booming, but you know, it's helping out.
Yeah.
Eventually, once things start picking up, we'll be able to really go off into that. But
I got I got my vaccine. We're talking about the vaccine. I got mine at the Wolstein Center, which I thought was going to be a long wait. I was like, okay, it's probably going to be packed. Parking included, I was in and out within like a half hour, 40 minutes.
that's not bad at all.
No, I parked in the parking garage, free parking all over the place down there. Walked right across the street, walked right in, gave them my information at the desk, walked to the arena
What kind
floor.
of information? Well, you know, when you're done
all
with that story.
all I had to do was give them my birthday and my name.
So you pre-registered.
Yeah.
And you said birthday, name, and then they said, okay. Well,
ahead.
and they just said move forward.
Yeah.
Like, what was the whole process like? 'Cause there's
That was
people-
it. That was it.
So like.
So I walked in,
Okay.
and they got him up in the corridors. They got just people set up at like these little tablet things.
Was it like kind of like voting? Was it kind of like that?
Kind of. So you go up to them. They're like, "What's your birthday?" You tell them. It's like, "All right, what's your name?" Give them your name. They're like, "All right, go ahead down to the main floor." I follow those. You know, they got like stickers on the floor leading you to where you got to go, and you go down to the main floor, which is crazy because last time I was in the Wolstein Center was last February for an AEW event, right before the shutdown happened. So go figure. My last event was the Wolstein Center, and I go to the Wolstein Center to get my vaccination. But yeah, so they just sent us down to the floor. They have rows and rows and rows of folding chairs just lined up, and the Army National Guard there. As soon as I sat down, a guard came up to me. Two guards came up to me. One started asking me questions like, "Are you allergic to anything?" Blah blah blah. While the other one gave me the shot in the arm. And it was that. And they like sit 15 minutes, so we know you don't have no reaction to it, and then just exit that way, and you're good to go. They didn't make me. Because I went because I'm overweight, obesity. That's how I got on the list. But it didn't matter. Even if I wasn't, like they weren't checking any documentation. I could. You don't even have to say what you have. You just sign up and go.
Okay.
So it's which is crazy because I was like, oh man.
Well, that's
because
what
I
I
was
was-
worried. I'm like, am I gonna have to have a doctor? Like,
Are they
look at
gonna-
me, I'm fat. Like, I don't need. Do I need a
Yeah.
doctor's note for this?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
what I was
fat.
thinking. I was actually talking to somebody that wants to get vaccinated, and they were concerned. You know, they want to get vaccinated ASAP. You know, their family members, they're are a little bit older,
Yeah.
so they're able to get in, and they want to get vaccinated ASAP. And so they were wondering, like, can't pretty much anyone just kind of say,
Yeah.
hey, such and such, like you got to, so
Because of HIPAA laws, I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think they can
HIPAA,
ask
yeah.
you to prove what you have. So I'm like,
yeah,
hey.
it's just an by
Now, in Illinois,
Scout's honor.
if you're a smoker in Illinois, you can get your vaccine. You were in one of the first groups.
prove your smoke. I need you to pull your pack out right
Yeah,
now and
pull
light
it
it up.
out and
light
light
it
up.
up. Light it up.
I want to see you inhale.
Yeah, and it better not be one of those fake ass.
Yeah. Don't
Don't
be
be
a
a-
pussy and blow it out.
Yeah.
You better inhale.
Better inhale and hold it. I want to see if you're a smoker.
Right. See how long you can hold it. If you hold it too long, yeah, you're not a smoker. A smoker
Yeah.
never
If,
hold their
if
breath
it's not
that long.
natural, we're gonna film it and we're gonna review it. It's
Right.
gonna be multiple booths.
Yeah.
Like an NFL play, or the lack thereof.
We got the NBA referees from the Wolstein Center here to review all tapes. Yeah, so it was just, they didn't ask no
That's
information.
awesome. That's awesome.
So, and as of Friday, it opens up to 16 plus. But Governor DeWine today said that there's a lot of places that can't fill up all their, appointments. So he said, hey, guys, start taking 16 and over right now if you're having trouble filling up. Which is crazy because it took me forever to find an appointment. I just happened to catch the Wolstein right when it updated. Because they plan on doing 6,000 a day at the Wolstein. They're at 30,000 so far vaccinated with their first shot through the Wolstein Center. But you have a lot of like celebrities and stuff trying to get people to get vaccinated. Like, look, I'm getting, doing live videos, getting vaccinated and whatever. Krispy Kreme has jumped in on this. And they're offering, bring your vaccination card and get a free glazed donut for the rest of the year. So you can get one free glazed donut every day if you're vaccinated.
You're gonna go out of business, dude.
Look, I ain't just one glazed donut. But let me tell you how weird.
Everyone that wants a donut every day.
Yeah.
Your ass are like, unless your qualification was obesity, then don't bring your fat ass up in here.
Right. Well, that's a crazy thing. Like, one of the biggest people hit hard by COVID are people that are like fat, out of shape.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme's like, come on in,
Come
buddy.
on in, get a free donut. Hey, they knew that's the way to get these people to get their vaccine. Like, hey, fat ass,
Yeah.
you need the vaccine the most, so we'll give you a free donut every day
We'll
for
save,
a year.
We'll save you 73 cents for the next year.
Yeah,
73 cents a day.
which is crazy. That's
Think
like,
about that. That's like $300 a year.
yeah.
I don't know what the going rate on a.
I'm not
I know
sure.
when I go.
It's like
to
a
get
dollar
donuts-
something. I
Yeah,
think.
when I go to Fragapans by my job, it's a nice little whatever donut place. There's one out in like North Olmsted, I
Mm-hmm.
think too. When I go there, a dozen donuts. I usually get some Boston cream, get some glaze. Kind of try to
Yeah,
get a
you
variety,
do.
but mostly Boston cream because when I get donuts, I'm like eating 3 of them at one time.
I like the what's Boston cream? Which one of those?
It's like chocolate, and then there's like
the
the
chocolate
vanilla. It's
icing
like
and the vanilla icing in the inside.
yeah, like, but it's more of a cream
Yeah, I
than
love
like
that.
or a pudding.
I
Like
love
sometimes
those.
some places will
Yeah.
do like a pudding.
I love
Yeah, those
those.
are my favorite.
I think
And so I'll order like 5 of those because that's I kind of turned everybody to. They used to be like, I like cream sticks. I'm like, cream sticks are way too sweet. The cream is just
Right.
you know. So I kind of converted everybody, and when I get those, it's like $10. 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 10-20 out the door for 12 donuts, give or take. You know. So, but I don't know what the going rate is per one donut.
I'm not
Because
sure.
a la carte, because usually I think they have a discount on
Right.
if you get a dozen, there's a discount. So I don't know what one free would be. And obviously, that's retail. I'm going way too far into this. That's retail, right? 60 cents. I mean, so I'm sure the cost, their cost of goods is minimal. You know,
Right.
like can I order 11 donuts? I'm getting a dozen, but I'm getting the one for free for my vaccination.
I just want that free one for my vaccination, please.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, that is kind of crazy. It's kind of like if, Marlboro was like, "Hey, get your chemotherapy, and we'll give you a free pack of cigarettes."
Yeah. Come on down. Show your chemo card, and you're entitled to 1 pack of cigarettes a day. You imagine that?
Oh my God! Come on down to Marlboroville.
Oh, good old Marbreds. I miss my Marbreds, man.
Marbreds.
I want some I want a Marbreds. See, what's really triggering? At first, it was kind of hard because I quit when I got COVID, and it was hard. All right, but it was like I was sidetracked because I had COVID and I had all these other things. I was sleeping a lot, so it was simple to get like clean days in. Now that it's getting nice out, things are things are getting back to
Driving
normal,
more.
starting to be normal.
Driving more.
Yeah.
Going to work more.
Things are starting to get normal. It's like, God, I would just love to just,
Yeah.
that,
I quit yesterday. I started quitting yesterday.
yeah.
I got a
Started
Well,
quitting.
no,
are
I
you like
started
weaning
quitting.
yourself off? Or are you cold turkey or what?
Well, so here's what I'm doing. Because I smoke the most when I'm at home.
So you're just avoiding being. You moved out, is what you're telling
Yeah,
me.
I moved out. I'm homeless
I moved
now.
out for my lungs.
Yeah, I'm homeless now, so I don't have that temptation of smoking in the house. No, so I don't take. I have cigarettes in my car. I don't take them in the house. When I start getting a crave, because most of my thing is like I need to have something in my hands. So I've started painting,
I saw that.
and
I saw
that's how I'm kind of controlling not smoking in the house. Is I'll start painting once I feel cravings to kind of take my mind off it and have something in my hands. I'm still smoking like 1 or 2 a day when I'm driving.
It's respectable.
But I mean, you saw how it was. I was smoking a
Yeah.
pack a day, so I'm doing a lot better. But yeah, so I'm only smoking when I'm driving. When I go to work tomorrow, I'm gonna try not to smoke at all. What made me realize yesterday that I need to smoke because I woke up in the morning and have no cigarettes. I smoked them all the day before. I'm like, I'm good. Don't have to worry about it. Then I went and did DoorDash. And I'm just like, okay, I need to stop and get a
Yeah,
pack about
yeah,
halfway
yeah.
point. I'm like, because my thing is driving's the hardest time for me to quit. Because I'm so used to just having, especially when I'm by myself.
It passes time.
Yeah,
Like,
especially when I'm by myself. Like, I can measure a drive by how many cigarettes I smoke.
yeah, so with me, it would be like every 15, 20 minutes I'd have to smoke. Like I would drive. So like when I would drive to like Bay Village before, it would be like, okay, I'll smoke. Depending on if I have to stop and get gas or depending on if I have
Right.
to stop and get a drink or something. So if I didn't have to stop and I just went right ahead, I'd just light up in my driveway, basically pull out, and like halfway through I'd smoke a cigarette, and then like 10 minutes before I'd get there. So I would smoke like 3 in like a course of like 40 minutes just to get my nicotine levels up, you know? And I had to, I quit that or whatever. But then like the driving out here to Akron from Lorain, I mean, I had smoked like 4 cigarettes on the way here. Like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like every 15, 20 minutes.
I may
I'd
have to go smoke a cigarette on the break.
I'm not gonna judge you.
I'm
You go
judging-
ahead.
I'm gonna
You
judge
go right ahead.
myself. I'm gonna judge myself.
You go right on ahead, buddy.
Carol left to comment said, "I forgot about the show. Worst intern ever."
Forgot.
Damn right you are.
Forgot. Well, I forgot about the show too. So
No free donut for you,
Yeah.
Kara the intern.
we don't have donuts here.
I know, but if we did, she would.
But if we did-
you would not get a free one, Mrs. Or maybe we'll give you one free one, but that's it.
You ain't getting one free a year. I'll tell you that. One free every day for a year.
Yeah, no,
No, one free a year.
no, it's one free
No,
every day. For,
I'm telling
yeah,
her.
yeah.
She gets one free a year, not
One
free
free,
every
yeah.
day.
We're not made out of donuts.
Yeah, I'm not made of dough.
Yeah, nuts.
I feel like I'm made of dough.
He may be made of nuts, but not donuts.
I need to weigh myself. Speaking of, because
need
I
to lose
have been
weight.
doing. I kind of talked about it before, where I've been doing like the Slim Fast, not Slim Fast, been doing like lean shakes from GNC, and that's my breakfast generally.
Yeah.
And then I have the sugar-free energy drinks, and I've been taking vitamins and stuff. So I feel like I've lost some weight around my waist, but I haven't weighed myself since like August or September.
See, that's what I'm worried about the most with quitting smoking.
Is putting weight on.
Is that
yeah.
I'm gonna put weight on. That's one of the reasons also I started painting, because I was like, okay, it'll stop me from having to eat when I have those cravings if I start painting. See how that works. I don't know if it's actually gonna work, but we'll see. I hope.
Got excited. I thought it was a notification that something sold at my store.
It wasn't.
No, it was. I was outbid on something, which is good actually. You ever just bid on something on eBay and you're like, "Damn, why did I do that? I don't even
Oh,
really
yeah.
want it."
Oh, yeah.
And then someone outbid you, and you're like so relieved.
You just pray.
oh, yeah, please somebody come and snipe
Please,
me.
someone want this more than I did in
Yeah.
my moment of weakness.
Yeah. So cool. That's fine with me. But then the worst part is I've had that happen where someone outbid me, and then I get a letter or an email. Not a letter. Like they send me a letter in the mail. That's just Adobe.
How dare you?
That's just Adobe that sends me, "Hey, you need to update your."
Did they really?
I sent it to you.
Oh, yeah,
That was
you
literally
did.
a piece of mail.
That's crazy.
Adobe was like, "I need you to update your auto payment." It's like it's the most ridiculous thing. Like,
I need you to get on this, man.
yeah, but yeah. So I've gotten things where they're like, "Someone retracted their bid, so you're now the highest bidder again."
Oh, I hate that. Oh,
Yeah.
I hate that. Yeah. Adobe's like, hey, man, we got kids to feed. Can you pay your
Yeah.
bills?
Yeah, you're already getting a good discount.
Yeah. Can you pay your bills? Like, I'm not a student anymore. I don't get my discount.
Well, you could get an educator.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I still work there.
And I would just sign up with my.
I didn't break Janice's heart
listen.
and tell her I'm not
Janice,
coming back.
I told she straight up asked me. She's like, "Do you want to work?" I said, "No, I don't." Well, go home and pray about it, baby. Go on and pray about it, baby. I'm like,
Kara said, I mean, they're all pre-recorded shows nowadays. You guys are hardly there. Well, just give our secrets out, why don't you,
yeah,
Kara?
we're not actually live. We're
Yeah, we're pre-recorded. We recorded this last year.
yeah, pre-COVID.
We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary.
Not
this
till
year.
like September. You
Yeah.
posted that thing, and I was like,
August.
"You're like kind of
Well, I'm
a
planning
little
ahead
early.
of time.
You're a little early on
I got
that.
some other things in the works, though.
But like, if you want to say like our show,
Yeah.
we passed our 1-year anniversary of knowing each other.
Yes,
That
we
was
did.
last week. That
Yes.
was last Wednesday.
I didn't even get a card or flowers
no,
or anything.
No, not at all.
Unbelievable. Just like my husband. Do not care about our anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
Well, I got. It's
Yeah.
okay.
You got things to do.
Yeah.
Busy, man.
I am a busy man.
Too busy for me.
Yeah. Too busy to write you a letter. Not gonna write
You didn't have to write me a letter. You could just send me a card and it was like, hey, buddy, happy 1 year.
Hey, buddy, happy friendiversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe next year. Maybe for a 2-year. If you don't hate me
That's
by
a
then.
diamond. That's a diamond anniversary.
The diamond.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
From Jared? You want me to go to
Yeah.
Jared? I'll go to Factory Direct.
Did he go to Jared? Yeah, but Jared's a drug dealer down the street who someone traded these two for crack.
Yeah, he got me a rock, but I'm not
Yeah.
wearing it on my finger.
Smoking it. I'm a smoking it.
I don't know if you know this, Joe Rogan. I smoke crack. I want to watch that every time I think
Who
of
was
that.
that?
That was the Chappelle's Fear Factor.
Oh, yeah.
Was him and his Tyrone Biggums and his girlfriend. She's like, I'm by you the rock you always wanted.
Oh God. You watch porn?
Do I watch porn? Yeah, not as much as I used to. I have kind of been trying to wean myself off. This is kind of crazy. You're hitting a lot of random questions of stuff that I've recently talked about with other people.
Well, that's really weird. So here's well, I asked that though, because if you like porn, you never want to move to Utah.
Oh.
Utah's trying to pass a law to where phones in Utah will have filters on them where you cannot look at pornography on the internet. They're looking to put filters on the internet in Utah that
It's
will
at
not
phones.
allow pornography.
Like, they want to put it like a filter on like Verizon service, like Verizon and like cell phone services.
I think internet, like internet
Just in,
period.
like ISPs.
Yeah.
There's always going to be ways around it. It's
Yeah.
called a VPN.
Well, Utah is actually known for the most porn consumed in
Really?
any state. Oh yeah.
Really? Is it?
Yeah.
They want to make it illegal, or they just want to like make it harder to get to get?
They want to outlaw it by putting filters on internet and everything to where you cannot, in any way, shape, or form.
Well, there's ways around it.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine, like, oh, I got to beat off so bad. Like, let me go to another state real quick.
Let
Dude,
me
do you
drive
remember
next door to
this-
Montana.
I'm always going to mention South Park because there's always something for South
Yeah.
Park. Do you remember that episode where there was no internet and
Oh,
like
yeah.
Stan's dad went to like a million miles away and they caught him and there was just splooge everywhere. It
Yeah.
was just like,
Oh yeah.
that's how it's going to be. Like, oh my God, I'm just so horny, baby. No, I don't want to have sex with you. I need my BDSM porn. I got daddy kinks, you know.
Megan says chicken nugget porn.
Oh.
So I'm sure that's an inside joke.
It's not an inside joke. Have you ever seen chicken nugget porn before?
No.
You should look it up in your spare time.
I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, so we'll talk. Just go to chicken nugget porn and then hit images. And just please do that.
Chicky nugget porn.
So anyways, yeah, that's funny. What's up, Megan?
How is that not even a suggestion? I guess not that many.
That's funny.
What the? Oh, come on. Oh, what the hell, man? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, my God.
You're never gonna get that out of your head now.
No.
Your brain is fried now.
Oh,
You're
my
welcome.
God.
And
Ugh.
she's the one that hit me with it. If it's the same, it has to be.
She just, in all caps, she said, "This is not your spare time." Well, kind of is. Spare
great.
enough. Someone needs some spare arms. Jeez, spare time. Jesus Christ. Who harpooned her? Oh my God. So yeah, it's good Christian pictures if you're into that. You
Yeah.
just look up chicken nugget porn. Oh my God. Now I get it. Chicken nuggets.
Yeah. So
I get it now.
we're talking about
I'm
how.
about to get my husband with that tonight. Hope he's
Please
not
do. You have to
watching.
tell me. You should record it and get his reaction.
I should. You don't let
What
me
if he starts
record
throwing
him.
up? He's like, oh. But we're talking about Space Jam, right? I was like, we're talking
Yeah.
about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see LeBron James is injured? He's had an ankle injury and he is out indefinitely.
Are you sure he has an ankle injury, or did the Monstars take his powers?
That's a good question, but the Monstars aren't in this film, right?
No, and I'm pissed about it.
Dude, I
'cause-
can't wait. See, there's some conspiracy theories that he's bowing out for the season because his teammate AD is injured, and like the Nets over on the other side. I know you're not really super into. These are kind of recognizable names. You know,
I don't recognize any of these names besides LeBron.
Kyrie Irving. You know
Okay,
Kyrie
yeah,
from
I've heard that name.
James Harden, the guy with the beard.
Okay, yeah. Mark Henry.
Kevin Durant. Yeah, Mark Henry. Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, KD, the Snake.
I think so. It sounds familiar.
There's a couple other people. There's rumors that these other people are they're stacked. Now, mind you, they're all injury-prone players, but
Right.
they are stacked. Blake Griffin,
They're like the Kevin
he
Nashes
dated
of
one of
NBA?
the Kardashians. Blake Griffin.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
kind of white, but not.
Yeah, he's like looks kind of albino.
Yeah, he's white, but he's not.
Yeah,
It's really weird.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's on that. He just recently signed. He like got bought out. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people. They're just stacked, and they're becoming the favorites. But Yeah.
Without LeBron.
Yeah.
So it's not a good time for Lakers, and his Laker Hall of Famer Elgin Baylor.
Or Elgin
died.
Baylor?
Elgin Baylor died today.
What?
Yeah, at 86. Oh, you didn't know about this?
No, I've been
I
at
forgot
work.
you're at work. Yeah, NBA legend. What's his name again?
Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, has passed away of natural causes. The Los Angeles Lakers announced Monday he was 86. Hey, he's Rookie of the Year in 1959. He was an
Rest in
11-time
peace.
All-Star, 10-time First-Team All-NBA selection. He was honored with a statue outside the Staples Center in 2018.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest ever. His wife, Elaine, released a statement on his passing saying he was the love of my life and my best friend. And like everyone else, I was in awe of his immense courage, dignity, and the time he gave to all fans. Lakers governor Jeannie Buss added Elgin was the superstar of his era. His many accolades speak to that. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Elgin.
So what I
Living
did not know, because I
legend.
always wondered why is Los Angeles called the Lakers when there's no lakes in Los Angeles, it's all oceans. I did not know that name was originally because they were in Minnesota, so that makes sense. The Minnesota Lakers make sense. But yeah, so he started out on the Lakers when they were in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He was working for Los Angeles Clippers when he died. He was working in their office.
Yeah, because they share the Staples Center. I
Yeah.
think eventually they're gonna get the Clippers are gonna have their own thing, but it's like the little
Yeah.
brother. They always will be the little brother, and they
yeah.
tried like a couple years ago with like Kawhi Leonard and all these people jumping ship, and then they got like basically kicked out of like the second round last year.
Well, I mean, the only time that anyone's ever really cared about the Clippers was when their owner was like saying racist stuff, and they forced him to sell.
I'll say that. Yeah, they're trying to be
Well,
relevant again with some of the new players,
His
but
girlfriend tricked him into saying racist stuff.
Yeah.
according to him.
yeah.
Like, how did she trick?
Did he have high blood pressure?
Yeah, yeah. She tricked him by letting him talk. Like, she let him talk, and that's how she tricked him into saying racist stuff. She's like, just be normal and talk, and that's how she tricked him. She's like,
Jesus.
he's like, well, what? She holding up like cue cards, like, "Here, say the N word real quick, please.
Like freaking
Just read these cards."
Will Ferrell and Anchorman, just read the teleprompter. I'm Ron Burgundy?
Yeah, so
Good times,
he
man.
tricked her. Yeah, that's what he says. Just like I'm sure. Who's the owner of the Patriots?
Kraft?
Yeah,
No.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Just like he was tricked into getting a handy in that massage parlor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she tricked me. She just grabbed it, man.
Just grabbed it and said, shh, don't tell.
Shh, don't tell.
It's like the old policy of the military. Don't
Well,
ask, don't tell.
yeah,
But you did ask. So.
Yeah. And the camera told.
Yeah.
So, we actually got to talk a little bit about what happened with that Asian massage parlor in Atlanta. We'll talk about that after the break when we come back from break. Because that's going to take a deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he was tricked into saying a racial slur. So the NBA made him sell his team. He's like, I don't care if you have black friends or just not allowed to. Don't bring them to the basketball games. I'd hate to tell you who's on the court there, sir.
Like they're on the court. Yeah, they usually are in court. I get that.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they go to court a lot because they can't get out of trouble.
No,
They break the
sir.
laws.
Your employees. Employees? Don't you mean slaves?
Yeah. Not
My
employees.
slaves?
I own them.
I didn't know that all that money going out was salaries.
Yeah. I thought
Salaries.
that.
I thought that was for the employees,
Yeah.
not my slaves.
I thought that said slaveries, not salaries. Dag nabbit.
I remember that coming out.
Oh my God! What
that
was
was
his
still
name?
right around the time the Don Imus thing happened.
Yeah,
the nappy-headed hose
nappy-
thing.
yeah.
That's pretty rough
What was
too.
his name?
God, you're right. I can't think of his name.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. I remember all that because my English. This all happened in like my sophomore year, I think.
Yeah.
My English
remember where
teacher,
it was.
Mr. Scott, he was the basketball coach, and he took really big offense. He's himself an African American man. He took it pretty hard, and like how can you own a basketball team and like look at old basketball games though. You ever watch like old like footage from the like 50s and 40s and 30s? It's like all white people.
Yeah.
So that's what people are like. Well, like you see like Kareem, not Kareem, but Wilt and stuff. Wilt to Stilt,
Donald Sterling.
Yeah, Donald Sterling. Yeah. Wilt to Stilt, Chamberlain, like dominating. Like,
yeah,
he was like one of the only black people on the court.
Yeah, and he was
No wonder
banging
he had-
a whole bunch of chicks
Oh,
too.
he was getting laid,
Yeah.
getting paid.
Do you know who the main sponsor of the Los Angeles Clippers is?
Wish?
Honey.
No, Honey.
Honey.
Bumble.
No, just Honey. Just
Maybe
Honey.
it was who was Bumble? Someone.
Bumble's
maybe
tuna.
maybe Bumble, the dating app, was
okay.
was the sponsor. Maybe was it last year? Maybe they changed.
I don't remember.
The first season of when they started doing, because
Maybe
they put
Grindr.
like, you ever watched? I know you don't really do the sports thing, but they started putting like their sponsors
Oh, yeah.
on their thing. In the first season they did it, they had switched from like Nike to somebody else or something. I don't remember who they changed their jersey. Yeah, I think it was to Nike, and they were like, "What? Did they actually get their jerseys from Wish too?" Because it was just tearing. Everyone's jerseys was tearing.
Oh my God! You know what? If they had to wear their sponsors on their jersey, if I was Grinder, I would totally get in on that. There's a bunch of athletic black men running around with the Grinder logo on their uniforms.
Yeah, if you had, yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, the All-Star game is in Cleveland this year.
Yeah, coming next year, yeah.
Or next year, yeah. Grinder is going to be lit up that whole weekend with all these DL basketball players. 'Cause you know there's a lot of them.
They're going to be like, listen, I need a hall pass, honey. You're going to go up to your husband. I need a hall pass.
Yeah.
Actually, there might be some people into it.
NBA is coming to town.
NBA is coming to town
Have
like
you ever
Santa
wanted to cock?
Claus.
Have you ever wanted to cock by chance?
Dwight Howard. No, Dwight Howard ain't going to be at the All-Star game. He's washed up. He ain't washed up. I like Dwight Howard.
Who's
but
the one from Akron? Not LeBron. The other
Steph?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, of course he'll be. Unless
Steph
he's injured.
Curry. I don't
He'll be doing the
care.
three-point.
I'll heal him.
Yeah.
I got the magic lips. I got the magic lips.
Okay.
I can
okay,
go
Lil'
once.
Kim.
I can go twice. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So So he died today.
Elgin Baylor. Rest in peace, Elgin.
R.I.P. Yeah. But yeah, Donald Sterling.
F's in the chat for
F's in
everybody
the
watching.
chat
For real. F's in the chat. Pay your respects.
for him.
Man's a
How are
legend.
people going to act when Donald Sterling does die? Oh, people seem to have forgot about him by this point. Like, we couldn't even remember
Yeah.
his name. I had to look it up.
The last time we talked about it, I feel like the name was fresh in my mind, but I've had so
I
much
don't
more
think we
information.
named him then.
Yeah, probably not.
We just talked about it, but yeah. He was tricked into it anyways. Him and Hulk Hogan both.
Listen here, brother.
Listen here, bro. You see Hulk Hogan's hosting WrestleMania.
Yeah, I did see that.
But
I'm excited.
They gave him a black co-host to try to make it less,
Is he retired? I mean,
Who,
not Hulk
Hogan?
Hogan, but Titus.
Titus? I don't
He
think
doesn't really wrestling,
Yeah,
right?
he's more of like a spokesperson for the company now because he does so much stuff with charity that they're like, if we get rid of him, it's going to look really bad.
Yeah.
So we'll keep him
He
around
went from,
and just
like-
use him to be whatever.
Suspended for touching Vince McMahon
Yeah.
too. He's like the spokesman for.
The
wild.
company, yeah. Apollo Crews is now somehow gone in. He has the accent and everything just out of nowhere. Don't you hate when you just wake up and you have the accent of your ancestors all of a sudden?
Like Kofi Kingston being Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wake up every once in a
But
while.
wrestling is real.
Yeah.
So it just so happens to be that he
I wake,
has an accent now.
I wake up every once in a while and I have like a German accent. Or I don't know what.
Dude, I gotta take my.
Got
I
German.
still have to do my 23andMe.
I want to do one just to see what I
I have a black fourth cousin or fifth cousin or something.
Oh, man. Reparations are coming your way.
Yeah, yeah. I found that out. He looks like Arsenio Hall.
What if I have an ex that looks like Arsenio,
Arsenio.
but he was too young to know. He was too young to know who Arsenio Hall was because he was like 19 at the time.
Yeah, you.
Ah,
You
John said, "Hail Michael, Hail Michael," making a Hitler reference. I agree.
John.
Dusenberry.
Dusenberry. My former instructor and coworker.
Dusenberry tie. Watch that because I had to bend my arm to get around the mic and then had to go like this to wave to him. And it looks a lot like a former salute of a very not nice German chancellor or dictator or a really fine person on both sides. I mean, the Germans and the Jews. There's there's very good people on both sides. I mean, you know, ask Donald Trump. He'll tell you.
Roger that.
Yeah, Roger that.
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
What's it like outside right now?
Oh, it's 69 degrees.
What's it feel like?
It feels like 69 outside.
Yeah.
So come in and your balls will be wet.
What's the high today?
The high is 69.
What's the low?
It doesn't say. Apparently the low is black.
I've never seen 69 so many places at once.
Yeah. Perverted computer. Dusenberry says world record for shortest stint at OMS.
I hope I did get that.
Yeah, you get an award. You go back up there.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't have a paycheck for you, but here's an award.
Yeah, we spent the 12 hours that,
That
we
you
owe
worked.
you, and I had to wait an extra 2 weeks to get, and we
Got you
spent
an
it on an
award.
award. We got you a Dundee.
What is a Dundee?
It's an Office reference.
Oh, okay.
They had a little
Oh,
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dundies.
I do want to get.
sounds like
a Dundee.
underwear.
Yeah, it does.
Dundies.
Like Crocodile Dundee, but Crocodile Dundee undies.
Makes sense. Crocodile Dundee, eh? Yeah, so after the break, we're going to take a break here in a moment. But after the break, we're going to talk about the shooting at the Asian massage parlor. We're going to talk about...
Is that what it was? It was a massage parlor?
Yeah.
I just saw it was like a spa or something. I thought
Oh,
for
yeah,
whatever I was
spa,
thinking
massage
nails
parlor.
because when I
Oh,
think
no.
when I think of nail salons, I think of Asians.
Well, I mean,
So-
wow, that's racist.
well, they're really good at what they do. They own their craft.
Yeah.
I don't really ever see-
Robert Kraft,
I own you.
I own you, now jerk it off. Yeah. So, no, it's a massage parlor. Spa, maybe, but massage parlor.
I want to go to a spa. I don't really need a happy ending because I can do that myself.
Right.
It'd be nice to have someone else.
Yeah. Hey, just give me a hand.
Yeah.
Just give me a hand over here. So we're going to talk about that. So yeah, that's a whole new thing now about Asian and Pacific Islander people, and now they're
Yeah.
kind of like Black Lives, and it's cool. Hey, I'm all down for it. Let's get some equality. But yeah, so we'll go more in detail, and I'm sure I'll say something to get canceled at some point in our second hour. Because they would have stayed in the factory, but so it never happened. No, I can't.
Yeah, you
say
can't get
that.
into the factory without a pass.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We got some other stuff to talk about too. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff we missed in the last week that we've been gone. The Weeknd hasn't done anything.
He did.
I actually found a Twitter account where they only post on Friday, and it's from his SNL when he was on SNL, and the introducer going, "Ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd," and that's the only thing he posts once every Friday.
That's great.
That's the and it's at "Ladies and Gentlemen, The Weeknd," and that's all it
great.
is "Ladies and Gentlemen, The Weeknd."
That is awesome.
Which there's some great Twitter accounts out there.
Yeah.
Jesus has a Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's did the Cleveland Browns win? Yes or no? In every game, yes or no. That's it.
Oh, there's one that's is Teddy Hart in jail, and every day it's either
That's-
yes or no.
I feel like you run that.
No, I don't. I know the guy that does though. He
Oh.
was the guy that listened to the podcast. That was already running before the podcast started. I wish I could have been smart enough. We're also going to talk about some things that I have in the works for the coming year. Got some things going on. I'm gonna help me decide on something because I'm torn between two ideas. I have to get your
Well,
help with
usually you're torn between your cheeks, but
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My cheeks butt or my butt cheeks?
it's up for you to decide.
Oh, okay.
It's an innuendo.
I
you
might
figure
need
it
your
out.
help deciding. I can't decide these things on my own. If you want to give us a call, you can do so at 330-400-4562.
But not right now.
But not right now because we're about to go on break. If you called us right now, we're just going to ignore you.
Yeah.
Last Monday, we had a lot of calls.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't here.
it's all pranks.
And I saw your little comment. If B-Rad is watching, Mr. B-Rad, about the best Michael show ever.
Last Monday.
I just did a skim through. I don't really watch any of it. I
Yeah.
just kind of skimmed through it.
Good.
And
We spent an hour and a half of the 2
I
hours
figured
just
talking about
dogging
me.
you.
Yeah.
Just complete
That's the reason. That's the
dogging you.
complete reason I didn't watch any of it.
I meant
was
to
like,
block you from the page before. All right. Well, we're about to take a break. We'll be back at 5 o'clock with more of your long ride home. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or anywhere else, you're just going to see our pretty pictures on the screen while we're on break. If you listen on WMVU.org, you're going to get some music. So we'll be back in just a few moments.
WMVU.org.
No way!
24 hours, 7 days a week. Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, and worldwide.
You are listening to the worst show on radio. This is your long ride home on WMBU, part of the Radio Free Entertainment Network.
Without a doubt, the worst episode ever. Rest assured that I was on the internet within minutes, registering my disgust throughout the world.
Gentlemen, the king.
And welcome back to your long ride home.
You all right? You need to clear your throat.
I
buddy.
know. I am.
Cruella DeVille over there.
You know, welcome back to your long ride home right here on WMBU from Akron, Ohio, the Rubber City. I am your host, Michael Long. And joining me, as always, the man with the plan, the man that joined the clan, Mr. Corey Hennessy. How's it going, Corey?
Clan with a C.
With a K.
C-K.
Kuh.
I ain't in that K clan.
K-Clan.
All lives matter. Just kidding.
All lives matter.
I mean
Damn
it, though. All lives do matter. Damn it.
Just kidding, though. Corey wants canceled. He's part of the canceled clan.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot to talk about this hour, our final hour here on the show today. Yeah, there's a big mass shooting at a Asian spa
Yeah.
the other day. The officer that gave the press conference said the guy was just having a bad day. Because I know when I have bad days, I just go shoot up a bunch of people at their job. That's how I'd handle my bad days. Yeah. So there's a lot of things about that. He was having a bad day. That's a hell of a bad day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had a bad day like that. But yeah, so, you know, there's a lot of theories on why he did it. They said his dad was going there and getting handies. It was causing problems in the marriage. So apparently this wasn't one of those. It was a rub and tug. You ever been to one of those?
No.
No, me neither.
You're mad. Like, Mommy's sad. Mommy cries at night. I must kill Asians.
I must kill Asian masseuses, sex workers. You know.
Just nuts. Can you imagine being there and then, like, the guy walks in and just puts bullets in just the masseuses?
Yeah.
Masseuses, misogynistics, massagers.
Can you imagine being on the table like, oh man, I was just about to finish
Oh
too.
my God.
We're like, oh wait, that gives me a new hole to stick it in.
Pretty morbid. That's pretty morbid, buddy.
Just
Think they'll
saying.
mind?
Think they'll mind? They're not gonna say anything. Go ahead.
It's dead silent in here.
Dead silent in here.
Wow. Now that's getting us canceled. We try to make light of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's probably not.
Hey, can you fire a few more shots? I want to do some chicken nugget porn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty selfless.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, man.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Well, you know what? I mean, and it doesn't help that you got people like Donald Trump and his cult calling it the China virus and all that. And,
Yeah.
you know, making, you know, Asian Americans and all that. They're just making them feel unsafe in the country just because of, you know, his rhetoric that he uses.
I felt like I was maybe a witness to some racism, but not really.
When did this
Like,
happen?
I wonder. So I went to Sam's Club last week. It was Wednesday. It was it was St. Patty's Day, and the lady that was like manning at the front of Sam's Club. You ever go into those box wholesale club places? They're like, let me see your, you know, they're like, you just kind of flash, hey, I got my ID or
Right.
my membership, and they're like, I need to see some membership. She was like way in the back, like wiping carts down, and some Asian people walking in front of me. They're like, I need to see your, and they're like, thank you, sir. So thank you, sir, as I like flashed mine. And she's like, is it okay if you just see it or whatever? And it was I was like, I'm getting out of here, dude. This isn't gonna end pretty.
Yeah, this is gonna end bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. You sure it wasn't Clans Club that you went to?
Yeah. No, Sam.
Oh, okay.
Sam Walton, rest in peace.
R.I.P. F's in the chat.
F's
for
in the
Sam,
chat for Sam Walton.
for Samuel. Walton.
Walmart.
Walmart.
Why does he get a mart and his own club?
He's a G, man.
G
He's a
stands
G.
for good prices.
Good prices. That's what it stands for. So there's, a lot of people up in arms over that, the whole attacking the Asian people. It's dangerous out there. I mean, that's kind of what happens.
It's dangerous everywhere. You are not safe anywhere you go. I'm not spreading fear, but it's just kind of like you're not safe anywhere you go. Mind you, there are places that you're a lot less safe than other places.
Right.
But don't think that you're safe because you go a certain place at a certain time.
Right.
Like, don't go down in a dark alley and end up like Batman's parents. But
Don't go down in a massage parlor.
yeah,
and
don't
end
go to
up
massage.
like-
Yeah, don't get a rub and tug, and you
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't live your life in fear though.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, I can't go there because like if you need to get,
If you need to get a handy, man,
you know,
it happens.
no one's that's the last
No
thing
one's
you
judging
do.
you.
That's the last thing you do. Then, God, we really are going to get canceled.
Yeah.
People are going to be pissed.
Well, it wasn't the handiers. It was the handers that got
It wasn't the
not
recipients.
the receiver. Yeah, it wasn't the receivers and the hand jobs that got. I think they got shot outside, like as they were leaving the parlor. I guess.
I didn't
don't
get
know.
all the news. I don't. It's just crazy. Like something big like that happens, and Apple News doesn't pop up and say, "Hey."
Hey.
It's like the most stupidest stuff. They'll pop up and tell me. It'll be like 3 ways to save money while you're going to college. Like I kind of wanted to know that there was a mass shooting, but
Yeah, that'd be nice to know.
or like Amber Alerts, like
Oh,
Amber
I
Alerts
hate
for,
Amber
for
Alerts.
states away or something. I mean, not really, but I was like Michigan. I'm like, I get it that we're kind of close, but
Right.
like how they act like you're gonna jump out, like, oh my God, we gotta find this kid.
Right. Like, look, here's my thing. I hate Amber Alerts to go up like in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Like, the kid will still be missing in the morning. Tell me then,
Yep.
because I'm not doing nothing about it at 2:00 in the morning.
If I got an Amber Alert that said kid went missing from my street, I'd be a little more alarmed.
Yeah, but then like you know what? Hit me up at 6 when I'm getting up for work, anyways, and I'll see what I can do. But at 2:00 in the morning, I'm not doing much.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna help you too much.
you're like masturbating to gay porn, and then all of a sudden,
And
beep,
air-
beep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man, that's the best way to finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's instant finish right there. Beep beep, kid missing. Oh yeah, that's the spot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is very horrible.
It's horrible.
What are you gonna do though?
All right, how crazy would it be if you're like masturbating to Asian porn when that shooting happened and you get the alert right at the climax? Like, oh man,
It's just terrible, man.
I just finished too. Oh, guess I'll go again. Do you feel disgusting after you like masturbate to porn?
Generally, yes.
Like you're just disgusted with yourself? Like, oh man, I can't believe I just did that. You're like wiping everything down, like, oh, I'm such a disgusting person. Deleting the video from your history.
Well, I don't do that because I always I might want to
Yeah.
reference it
Yeah.
later.
Well, that's why if I find a really good video, I'll save it before I get
You'll
off.
bookmark it. You have an account.
Yeah.
You have a favorited. You're like,
Yeah,
add
because
to wish list.
Because if I finish before I save it, I'm not gonna save it because I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. What type of person makes these videos?
Yeah, that's a good times. Good times at the old.
The old handy saloon.
Yeah.
Two-hand
See, that's
saloon.
the thing. What I was getting at was you asked if I felt disgusting afterwards after I got off to some internet porn, but like I'd say the same thing about getting off to women too, or like with a woman, but like that's been
Two women.
two women,
Getting out two
dos!
women.
not two
Dos
women, but
women.
dos women. Uno dos.
Uno
No,
dos.
I haven't.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm gonna cry. Just gonna-
What if okay, so we talked about Utah putting like filters on their internet so you can't look at porn. Like, here's what they should do, because Utah's a big Mormon area. Just instead of that, like when someone gets on porn, have a filter where Jesus pops up mid-stroke. And then just have him pointing at you like he knows what you're doing. Like a gif of Jesus shaking his finger at you while you're masturbating.
You ever seen the clip from Steve Harvey's show where the mom finds her son has a magazine? Well, so she comes on, at the end, you can ask questions or
Yeah.
whatever. And she's like, well, I found out my son had a girly magazine, if you know what I'm saying. And I was kind of offended. I was like 12 or 13 or something. She's like, I wonder, what do you think, Steve? I really thought about cutting out pictures of myself and putting them on the women. What do you think about that? You are going to screw that kid up so
life.
bad. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Could you imagine going there like, oh, yeah, baby. Oh, my. Like,
I'm about to spank this one.
Like, I used
Mom?
to. Yeah. That's so awkward, man. Man.
Well, if I don't focus on the face, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, children and all that and porn, our favorite daddy, Dr. Phil, was in the news.
What did he do now?
Well, Bad Bunny released a video claiming that the camp that Dr. Phil sends youth to, they're getting sexually assaulted there by the counselors. And because there's no cell phones or anything else allowed there, there's no way of them letting anyone know it's happening. He's
24/7 champion, Bad Bunny?
No. Bad Baby, I mean. Not Bad Bunny. Bad Baby. The Cash Me
I was
Outside
wondering.
chick.
Yeah, I was wondering why.
And first of all, he's a former 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
He gave the belt. He traded
For John Cena merch or some
for
stuff.
the Stone Cold merch.
Stone Cold merch. Sorry,
Yeah.
because it was 316
Yeah,
day,
it's
right?
316 day. But yeah, so Bad Baby, not Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Same music, different people.
Whoa,
Or
Vicky.
maybe I've never seen him in the same place at the same time.
Maybe.
So maybe it is the same person.
Whoa, Vicky.
Yeah.
I know her as Whoa, Vicky because I follow her because it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. Bad
Anyway,
Baby.
so she said that people are getting sexually
Oh
assaulted.
yeah, at these camps that Dr. Phil is sending bad kids to.
I thought that was all just a work and like it didn't actually happen. Like we're gonna send
guess
your
he
kid to
is.
bad kid camp.
Yeah, well, they're gonna be bad, all right.
Yeah.
Bad. You're a bad boy. She told Dr. Phil he has 48 hours to apologize, or she's exposing everything. And I kind of hope that he don't apologize. I want all the dirty details.
Yeah, I want to know.
I don't know. What do you got going on? You got some kind of sex ring, Dr. Phil?
Maybe he was covering up when he came out and said, "I'm not your daddy.
Yeah.
Quit calling me Daddy, Dr. Phil, Daddy
Right.
Phil. Quit calling me that." Maybe that was his cover up.
You can lead a daddy to water, but you can't make him quit drugs. Dr. Phil, everyone. Dr. Phil, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Phil. We don't have,
No, we don't have a Dr. Phil sound clip. I don't think.
no, I
on
was
our
looking for
hotkeys.
applause, but we don't have that either.
Oh, kind of.
Yeah, we got.
I thought you wanted like a sound clip.
Oh no. So mad our Wild Man Johnny clip's gone.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't own the painting. Yeah. So, did you see Dave's newest acquisition at his store? He has a computer from like 20 years ago that he thinks is worth $1,000. It's
A gaming computer.
Yeah.
I didn't really look into it. If he has a gaming computer and I should go over there and be like, what's the specs? It's probably got like
Yeah, because I'm sure he'll
a
be able to
first
tell
gen
you.
i3.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be able to tell you the specs.
Yeah.
It's like the only specs I know are when my specks of crack fall into the carpet. I have to dig around for them.
It's got like, I don't know. I can't talk that nerdy. I just recently got into like the whole computer thing.
jeez.
I've always been a computer guy, but like I just recently really got into it. Like I got my first gaming computer a couple years ago.
Like you're really into it now.
Yeah, I'm really into it. Like
Really?
when I say I'm into it, like I stuck my wiener in one of the USB ports one time. Sorry, not the USB ports, the headphone jack.
Ah.
Yeah. That happened.
CI.
That happened.
Oh, that's them trying to get me to purchase a house.
Well, why don't you
No, we're looking into it. That's why they're calling. We're looking into it to,
purchase a house?
buying our first house.
Nice, nice. Getting out of around here, or
No, we'll probably stay in the area somewhat. I
Yeah.
don't know. We're undecided yet.
move to Lorraine.
Yeah, okay.
Plenty of houses out there.
I'm sure there is. Got taken over by cops, owned by the city because they had meth,
Oh well, no, meth is.
Labs
That's not
and-
really. That's not really Lorraine. That's more like.
heroin. That's Akron. Akron's meth.
Yeah.
And heroin and everything else. Speaking of meth and heroin, did you see about Joe Biden last week?
No.
I don't know how that fits into meth and heroin. Then he's letting the illegals in the country with all their drugs and raping. Joe Biden fell going up the steps of Air Force One 3 different times on one trip. Like he tripped, got his balance, tripped again, got his balance, and then tripped and went down.
So maybe there was some voter fraud.
Maybe. He was straight tripping, G.
Maybe there was some voter fraud. It's all part of the plan. You chip everybody with the vaccinations.
Yeah.
And then you voter fraud to get Trump out of office.
Yeah.
You stick Biden in, who's just a pawn in this game of Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And you get Kamala in, and then she whips out her penis.
And it turns out she's trans.
Yeah, they're like, it's the first
It's a gay
woman.
agenda.
It's the first woman in the White House. And she's, think again, bitches. And just plops it right on the Oval Office.
Takes off her mask, and she's really Don Jr.
I wasn't going to go that far, but you could have your own QAnon theories. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever works.
Whatever.
So he tripped. And conservatives are having a field day with this. You would think that he like accidentally pressed the nuclear button or something. Like they are having a field day. Like this, he's the worst president ever because he tripped on the stairs of Air Force One. So yeah, that's their big thing. And then it's funny because Brad, not our Brad that we like. But,
the other one.
Yeah,
the
the
K
other
one.
one. Yeah, Bradley K. He just made 100 posts about why isn't SNL making fun of this? Blah blah blah. Like SNL is in reruns for like the last 3. Like, okay, first of all, it happened on like Wednesday or Thursday. He was making these posts like come Friday. Like SNL hasn't even happened yet. First of all, it hasn't even been Saturday yet. Second of all, SNL's on vacation until like 2 more weeks. So, like, when do you want them to make fun of this? Like, what? If it would have been Trump, they would have had a skit that night. Like, no, SNL wanted to just, hey, we interrupt.
It's in the name. It's in the name.
Yeah, it's literally called Saturday Night Live. Like, SNL wouldn't have been like, hey, we're going to interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this skit. And now back to your programming.
Now back to the cock.
Yeah, now back to the peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The peacock.
The peacock. Yeah, so I don't know. But I don't know when he expected them to do something. Like, I'm sure they'll make fun of it on Weekend Update.
Yeah.
That's like, well, they don't make fun of Democrats. The hell they don't. I remember the 90s during the Clinton scandal.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. SNL tore him a new one.
Well, I like go to Goodwills and stuff, and there was a freaking SNL 09, best of 09 10. And I was so mad because the disc was missing. I wanted to pick it up. But
Oh, they would make Obama look ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they make fun of every president.
Yeah.
That's what SNL does.
yeah. I like the Jim Carrey. Like, Jim Carrey
Carrey's
was such
Biden.
a perfect
So
Biden.
great. He was. I don't know who they got playing Biden now that he's actual president, because it's not Jim Carrey. Because they couldn't afford to have Carrey every
probably
week like
could.
they could. Because I don't think Jim Carrey actually lives in New York. Like Alec Baldwin as Trump, it was easy because Alec Baldwin lived in New York. So it was easy for him to do SNL every week. But Jim Carrey, I think, lives in L.A. So, he's an artiste as well. Mm-hmm. He does a lot of painting and stuff. So, good times. But yeah, so they're going crazy because Biden fell down some steps. And it's the biggest scandal to hit Washington since Watergate.
Watergate,
Yeah, pretty much.
Earthgate, Firegate,
Firegate,
Windgate.
Obamagate.
Yeah, can't forget about Obamagate. What about Pizzagate?
Oh yeah, Pizzagate.
The elites.
Elite.
The elites are drinking the
elites.
blood of
Yeah.
children.
The elite. The elite. Yeah, them. Those bastards. Drinking those children's blood.
Good times. I wish I could drink children's blood.
We actually had a whole discussion about that last Monday. If you would have been here, you would have heard it.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
The conversation wouldn't have happened if I would have been here.
That's true. But he's talking about, I can't remember. I kept forgetting. I forget now what it's called, what they supposedly drink from the kid's blood.
Yeah, it's like an A word.
Yeah, it's like adrenochrome or something
Yeah.
like that. It's something weird. Something that makes no sense. But we talked about that last week.
With Sid Haig. Rest in peace, Sid Haig. Yeah.
Apps in the chat for Sid Haig.
Captain Spaulding.
I watched 31 for the first time.
How so there's supposed to be a director's cut that's not out. But how disappointed in that movie were you?
I was very disappointed. I think it was probably the worst Rob Zombie film I've seen so far.
And he made Halloween too, so
Exactly. Well, they also released a Snyder cut of Justice League at over 4 hours. I never watched the original Justice League movie.
when did that come out? Like
tried
4
to
years ago?
Yeah, I think so. I tried to watch it one time and couldn't stay awake from it during it. So like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch the Snyder cut. I made about 20 minutes in. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I don't like it. So I didn't keep watching. But a lot of people, I mean, they were going crazy over the Snyder cut. And a lot of people were disappointed by it. I mean, I don't know who has 4 hours to literally sit and watch a movie.
3 hours is like, it
Pushing
better be
it.
good.
Yeah.
Well, no, like
Yeah.
Tarantino.
Titanic was 3
Hateful Eight
hours.
was 3 hours. Wasn't Pearl Harbor 3 hours too?
I think so.
Anything that was like three.
Titanic, epic movies are 3 hours. I think Avengers Endgame was pushing on 3 hours. But, you know, they built that up over years to get to that end game.
Yeah.
You know, DC hasn't done quite as well with their building up of characters to do a 4-hour movie. You know, there's rumors, or someone said that there's actually an R-rated director's cut of Mrs. Doubtfire. They said because Robin Williams improvised so much, like during the movie and stuff, that there's a whole adult R-rated version of Mrs. Doubtfire that's never been released.
I would love to see that. Let's
I
get
would
that.
too.
Get it to theaters. Once that should be a thing. Get it to theaters.
Oh yeah, that definitely is something they should release. I'd love, because the rumor was there's an NC-17 version of it, but they're like, no, there isn't. But there is an R-rated version of it.
Yeah.
So I would love to see an R-rated version of Mrs. Doubtfire. That'd be great. You know who I follow on TikTok? The guy.
Not Robin Williams.
No, obviously not. Apps in the chat
Yeah.
for Robbie.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Robbie, man.
He was like the last original Red Ranger, and he played I want to say he played Tum Tum in Three Ninjas. The youngest kid.
He was in what later renditions of Power Rangers?
Yeah, he was the
Yeah,
last.
I think we
like-
talked about this. Yeah, you had said that you followed one of the guys from the Three Ninjas.
Did I?
Was it Rocky? Rocky Loves Emily?
No,
No,
I-
Tum Tum was the youngest. Tum
Yeah.
Tum was the youngest because he always had snacks. That's why we called him Tum Tum. He's always eating.
Oh
candy.
yeah, Tum Tum. Because tell me, let me see here. So Three Ninjas, because there's 3 movies. There's Three Ninjas Knuckle Up,
And Strike Back.
and then Three Ninjas High Noon and Mega Mountain, which had Hulk Hogan in it. It didn't have any of the original Three
Yeah.
Ninjas. I don't believe it had any of the original Three Ninjas in it. Not playing at least their regular selves. Let me see here. Cast. See who played Tum Tum. Okay, no. Oh, so the one I follow played. Maybe he was from. Wait. Okay, so maybe he was the last version of the Three Ninjas, the High Noon and Mega Mountain, because he's not showing up here. Oh no, that's Kickback. Let me look at Mega Mountain. So the cast. Maybe not. I don't know. Interesting.
It's been so long.
Yeah,
It's been so long. I have the VHSs. I think I have.
I grew up on those. I
think I have some the VHSs. I think I have 2 of them. I don't think I have the Mountain one. I don't have the Hulk Hogan movie because that was like the oddball that no one really cared about.
Yeah, that was didn't have the original cast or nothing like that.
Yeah, Three Ninjas were great movies. I think those need, if they don't already have Blu-rays, they need a Blu-ray release.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I love the Three Ninjas. I mean, that was my childhood right there. Here he is. Okay, so it's Big Bane. Let me see his. Mike Olasky is his name. Okay, so he played Colt in the Hulk Hogan Three Ninjas. So he wasn't the original. So he wasn't the original. I don't think so. It wasn't the original Colt. So I don't because he makes it sound like he is with his profile. Last original Red Ranger, Colt and 3 Ninjas. So he makes it sound like he was the original Colt when he was really just the Wish Colt. He was just the Wish version of Colt. I mean, he's a 5-time MMA champion, apparently. Yeah, he's a weirdo. I follow him on TikTok, though. TikTok, you don't stop.
I go through phases with TikTok.
I
I
do
really
too.
haven't.
I'm
I
back
saw
into
you
it
sent me
now.
some stuff the other
Yeah.
day, and I'm like, wow, he's on TikTok. Like, I blew your
Yeah.
feed up.
I had like 40 some messages.
Yeah,
from you
and by the
videos.
time you'd see them, if you even went back, half of them were probably deleted.
Yeah.
And so I saw you had sent me some stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is weird that he's on there. It's just I realized how much time I had spent sitting on Tumblr or on Tumblr.
Oh, yeah.
Tumblr's a whole
Tumblr-
other story.
Tumblr-
I miss
Tumblr's for
Tumblr.
porn.
I miss porn Tumblr.
Yeah. Once
There's still some soft porn kind of things, like
Yeah.
images, like.
yeah, but it's not like it used to
Yeah,
be.
you'd be able to put whatever you wanted on
Yeah,
that.
it used to be
But-
fisting and fighting on
Yeah,
Tumblr.
TikTok now, or TikTok, I've just spent so much time, and I would sit for hours and hours, and it was a cycle where I'd like turn something on the TV and start watching TikTok, and I'm like, what happened? So then I would like rewind and play again, but I'd still be glued to TikTok. I would just sit for hours.
Oh yeah, I would be really
Like my thumb had a 6-pack because I was scrolling up and down so much, but I haven't really been on social media all that much lately.
Yeah, my TikTok comes and goes. Like there's times where I'm like, okay, I'm really into TikTok.
Because
And then there's
remember
times I'm
when
like,
you
eh.
in the summer you were like making TikToks, like you were going in on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm like, gay.
Gay.
And I'm like, I'm not really into it. And then I had one. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, or whatever. But I'm just not really into it.
Right.
And then I don't remember what happened. I'm like, I'm gonna start doing TikTok. And then I had that 100,000 view TikTok. Or close. I'll just call it 100,000.
Yeah, and you're like,
I
oh my
still
God,
get likes.
I'm addicted.
Yeah.
I need TikTok in
Yeah.
my life now.
And I still go on. I'll still log on and I'll check the videos, but I don't sit and watch my time.
Right.
My boss is actually addicted to TikTok.
Is he really?
He'll start sending me TikToks.
How old is he?
His 40s, I think.
Jeez.
But he doesn't make them. He just watches them.
Yeah.
But he sits and watches them, and he'll send them to me. And I'm like, dude, just add me on TikTok, and then you
Just
can send it.
add
You don't
me
have to.
on
You don't have to
TikTok.
send me them through a text message. I feel like it's a whole extra process.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah. You know what's coming out soon? Colin vs. Godzilla.
What is it?
Colin vs. Godzilla.
Colin?
Colin.
Oh, I was like, is that some parody?
No. Colin vs. Godzilla. The porn parody is going to be amazing, I bet.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm so into it. I don't even really want to watch the trailer. I haven't watched the trailer. It's been out for weeks, and I haven't watched it. I'm just going to wait and cold blood, just get cold open, cold watch the
Right.
movie,
Right.
and completely. I can't wait. It's going to be so sweet. I'm going to re-sign up for HBO Max for it
Yeah.
because I'm not going to attempt to acquire it
Through,
other ways.
Through illegal means. Who would ever do that? You got something in your eye?
Yeah, I got something in my eye.
Contact slipping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate when that happens. You know what else is coming this year? Me. And my book. I'm writing a book.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to release it on Amazon.
Ooh. Amazonian. I know somebody that has a book on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm going to have a book on Amazon.
Is this what you were like torn apart about? Or
Oh,
is
yeah,
that something
the
different?
name of the book.
The
so we're
name.
going to get to that in a second. So, yeah, I'm working on a book. I've actually been working on it for a few weeks now. And I got all the information from Amazon. It's going to be print on demand, which means it's
Oh, it's going to be physical.
Yeah, it's going to be physical
I
books.
can appreciate that.
Physical books. It's going to have an ebook too, but I prefer you buy the physical book because I'll make more money that way. And I'm also going to have some copies myself that I'll be able to sell, and all that. And we'll do that. Actually, we'll do the album release or the book cover release right here on the show when we get it together. I did some tease covers, some and all that on my Instagram at MLawn Comedy. But the actual book release, the book cover release, we'll do on the show. It probably will be around the 1 year anniversary when anything gets finished and gets ready to be published. I'm looking for October published date, but I'm working on it. So I got 2 titles that I've been thinking of. The first one is Uncircumcised Book, because uncut, get it? Mm-hmm. Uncircumcised Book, My Almost True Life.
Okay.
And the other one is Unlike Jesus
Oh.
and Other Almost True Stories. So I don't know which one
I
to
don't
go
know
with.
what Amazon's gonna let you sell.
I don't think they really have. I don't know if they have a
Restriction?
Yeah, on the titles of the books.
Hmm.
I don't know. But those are the 2 titles I'm thinking about. I'm kind of favoring the Unlike Jesus and Other Almost True Stories. So
Yeah, the like blasphemous part of it is like, I don't know if you want to go that far, but I know you don't really care.
I don't care. I think it'd be a good Christmas present for your grandparents. I mean, it's not going to be large print, so they wouldn't be able to read it anyway. So they just see
They'll have to-
Jesus on the cover.
Yeah,
It'd be like,
they'll just have
"Oh,
to get their
their
bifocals out.
specs. Why no one call glasses specs anymore? Old people are like, let me grab my specs.
I don't know.
It's like names, like Gertrude. Like you never seen one named Gertrude anymore.
Told you, the old lady that I had a teacher. She was in her. This had to have been the first couple of years of teaching. Her name was Miriam.
Mary, yeah, you don't
Miriam.
see
You don't really
Miriams
see
anymore.
Miriam around. It was like a turn on, but a turn off. I'm like, just imagine. I'm in 7th grade. Like,
Oh, Miriam.
and you're like, oh, Miriam.
Oh,
Call you
Mary.
Miri for short,
Mary.
or for short, because you were looking tasty.
You're not Mary M.
See,
You're
for some reason, she
Marion
hears
you
this.
I am.
Whatever.
Did you wear specs?
Yeah.
Did you wear specs? That turn you on? You like a woman in specs? Yeah, so it was good times. Good times. But yeah, so those are the titles of my books that I'm thinking of. Then I'm also planning a huge roast event for our 1 year anniversary. So maybe I'll do the book release there. Or do the cover release. Maybe the book will release on the same day. Who knows?
maybe.
I don't know. I still got a lot of writing to do for it, but everything's in place. So once it's finished, I just got to send the manuscript over to them. They'll put it in book form, and we'll all be done. And it'll be up for sale online on Amazon.
How many pages? 69?
Yeah, no, 62. I'm gonna owe everyone 8. You're gonna have to 8. I don't know.
69 minus 8 is 61.
Shh. I mean, there's just no way to tell how many pages it would be. If it was 69 and we ripped out 8 pages, there's just no way to tell how many pages it would be.
Yeah.
There's no way to
Math
tell.
is so hard.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous.
If only we knew people that were good at math.
Yeah, like Asians. But no, they all get killed outside
whoa. Talking about college graduates, but.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Well, that probably works better because, I mean, Asians are getting killed outside of salons and stuff now, so it's safer to use college graduates.
Yeah, you need to watch your jokes, Dollar Store Howard Stern.
Cheap Howard Stern.
Oh, yeah,
sir.
sorry. Dollar Store would be
Yeah.
kind of pinpointing you in one store.
Yeah. I'm in multiple stores.
You're on the clearance rack.
I'm
is
the
what-
as seen on TV version.
Yeah. Who ordered Howard Stern from Wish?
Yeah, the Wish Howard Stern is here.
Yeah, you could go buy all of that. You should print that. You should make a shirt.
I should. Dollar Store Howard Stern.
Yeah. You
Wish
could,
Howard
make
Stern.
an advertisement for yourself. And it's
Mom,
like,
can we listen to Howard Stern? Can we get serious and listen to Howard Stern? We have Howard Stern at home. Turn on Lone Ride Home.
only on WMVU,
MVU.
part of the Radio Free Entertainment Network. There we go.
There we go. Good Lord. Mom, can we watch Howard? We have Howard at home. You know what I listened to this? Well, actually, yesterday, I listened to the entire series while I was door dashing. The Missing Richard Simmons podcast.
I don't get the concept of this.
It was the podcast that came out a few years ago when Richard Simmons just disappeared for like 3 years. No one's seen him, heard from him.
He locked himself in his house.
Yeah, pretty much. And was like, oh, is his housekeeper holding him hostage? This and the other. There's all that. So this podcast trying to kind of figure out what happened to Richard. You know, and then it became a big thing, and people were like calling cops to Richard's house for welfare checks, and they're like, look, he's fine. Richard grew a beard, which looks weird on him.
Yeah.
But he still hasn't come out in public. It's weird. Like, just out of nowhere, like they said, one day he just stopped showing up to his workout class in Los Angeles, and that's the last thing we've ever seen of him. Like, he did not come. And, you know, people don't know, is he depressed? Is he just tired of being a celebrity? Is he tired of being everyone's joke? I mean, you know, he'd get on, like, Late Night or Howard Stern, and they'd just torture him. So it's like, was he tired of being, like, you know, a clown for everyone? Had he made enough money? And he really didn't care about helping people. And he just, like, make enough money? He's like, okay, I don't need to screw you guys. Like, I don't... Because, I mean, he was the type of person, like, if you wrote him a letter or something, he would literally call you. He would spend all day Sunday calling just random people that, like, wrote him letters and stuff to talk to him. And then he would call them every Sunday and talk to them. And, like, he was literally highly involved in people's lives. And then he just stopped. All of it. Like, he just gave up on everyone. It's weird. Because, I mean, you know, I know you're kind of in a generation where Richard Simmons wasn't really a major thing in your lifetime.
Yes and no. You know, we're not that far apart.
Yeah, I always forget that. I always think you're younger for some reason. Because, like, in the 90s, it was, like, especially with the Nutty Professor, when they had they had the fake Richard Simmons on there. Which a lot of people thought that was actually Richard Simmons.
Me included. You had to tell me that it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Eddie Murphy.
We talked about that when we were at NCU.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, I mean, it just, you know...
He was a very big icon in the 90s. Yeah,
larger than life. I mean, he was... And even in the early 2000s, I mean, 40 years, this man made a great... But you know what? It's crazy because, like, you know, in Hollywood, you could do those tours, the Hollywood tours, and it'll take you, like... drive-by celebrity houses, and they always drove by Richard's. Everyone drives by Richard Simmons' house because he would come out every time he saw a tour bus. He would come out and let people take pictures with them, and hello, just stay right there, I'm coming. You know, like he would literally sit at his window and watch for tour buses. So he's had to have been lonely. I mean, anyone knew he's gay, you know, but he never came out or something. He's never comfortable admitting or whatever. So he just lived a very sad life, a very lonely life, I guess. Listening to the thing, I felt bad for him because, like, he'd play interviews, and they'd be like, you know, what do you do in your time?
So this was all speculation, or was it actually?
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't talk to anyone. Like, they talked to his brother. His brother's like, he's doing good. He's doing fine.
Oh,
you know, he just wants to be.
So these people that put on the podcast were going around him because he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
But they were like all of his personal contacts. So
yeah, like they talked to his manager. They talked to his brother. They talked to people that were really good friends with Richard at one point. That just kind of Richard just cut off, and they were trying to figure out what, you know, was going on with them. I mean, it's really, oh, dude, it's so good. So good. And I love Richard Simmons. I'm a huge Richard. I want to get the Funko Pops. Funko put out some Pops of them. They're Target exclusives. Oh, I want them so bad.
It's a really good market to get into as a reseller, too.
Yeah, Funkos. Funkos, yeah.
People go nuts over Funkos.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you get, like, those Comic-Con exclusive ones and stuff. But, yeah, man. So, like, I don't know. Like, it's crazy how he just kind of disappeared. And, you know, it's weird because he was always in the public's eye. Like, TMZ would always catch him out and about. And like I say, he'd always come out to these Hollywood, you know, tour buses and talk to everyone and take pictures with everyone. And I don't know, man, just disappeared. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe he was like, hey, I was only doing it for the money. And now that I have enough, screw you guys. Like,
how old is he now?
He's in his 60s.
Yeah, he's got to be older.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he's definitely older. I want to say he's in his 60s.
Are you still stuck where people say 30 years ago and you think of the 70s? Because people say 30 years ago. I mean, mind you, I am 30. Like, people say 30 years ago. I'm like, yeah, in the 70s.
Oh, he's 72.
Yeah.
Oh, he's really up there and old. He was born Milton Teagle Simmons. I don't know where he got the Richard from out of that. So, yeah, it's just weird how he hasn't made any public appearances since 2014. in February of that year.
So when we were watching all those clips of
Oh, those were from like
the
early
Howard,
2000s.
the Howard clips, really?
Yeah, those from early 2000s, mid 2000s. In March 2017, LAPD detectives visited Simmons' home to do a welfare check, and they issued a statement that Simmons is perfectly fine, and right now he is doing what he wants to do, and that is his business. He was hospitalized in 2017, and he made his first public comment in over a year on Facebook. It was a photo of himself with the message, "I'm not missing, just a little under the weather." But it was an old picture that he posted from 2013. So he just, and that's what a lot of it, like Richard Simmons, like his Twitter and stuff will still make new posts, but it'll be old videos from like before he just disappeared. In 2017, he sued the National Enquirer, Radar Online, and American Media Inc. for libel and false claims that he was undergoing gender reassignment. But he did lose the lawsuit and was ordered to pay defendants' attorney fees. Yeah. In 2018, he sued a Los Angeles private investigator, claiming he placed a tracking device over a year earlier on the only vehicle Simmons used for transportation. Image violation. He amended the suit, alleging the investigator had been hired by In Touch Weekly, and prosecutors filed a criminal complaint. In May 2020, a California judge appealed it. Court upheld that the judge's decision, allowing Simmons' lawsuit to move forward. So yeah, I mean, besides lawsuits, he hasn't done anything. But I mean, he's made millions. I mean, he's worth millions. I mean, he's had the same housekeeper for 30 years. And that's one of the speculations. People thought his housekeeper was keeping him hostage or whatever. Because, like, she wears, like, Gucci outfits and stuff like that. Like, he spends a lot. He bought her a Mercedes-Benz. You know, people talk about, you know, before he became a recluse, he'd go over to see him. And she would sit at the head of the table. And, like, he would do all the cooking and everything. And it's like, what is the point of having a maid if you're doing all the cooking and everything else?
Yeah,
like,
she's just lonely.
it's just like that's his only friend, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in one of the interviews he did, like in 2013 or so, you know, they asked like, hey, you know, what do? You like when you're not doing interviews? And he's like, I sit at home by myself. Like, well, don't you go visit people? He's like, I haven't been to anyone's house in over 7 years. Like, I just sit at home when I'm not doing appearances. But it's crazy to think, like, someone could go from doing all these appearances to just out of nowhere being like, you know what, I'm done. I'm just done. And it's crazy to think, like, I couldn't imagine just one day waking up and being like, you know what, I'm not going to go do the radio show today. I'm not going to make any announcements about it. I'm just going to stay home, for the rest of my life. I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to communicate with anyone. I'm not going to let, Corey know what's going on or anyone else. I'm done. And I just want to stay. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, I'm just going to stay home and stay out of the public eye. I couldn't imagine doing it. I don't know how you just wake up one day and just, like, unless that was always your intentions to be, to make enough money to where you don't have to deal with it anymore. Which, I love doing radio. So I couldn't imagine, no matter how much money I made, being like, you know what, I'm just done. I'm just not going to go anymore. I'm just going to stay high. I got enough money. Screw it. I couldn't picture myself doing that, so.
Well, I love money, so yeah. I could never,
I mean, you got Richard. I mean, I wonder what he's wearing. Now he's got all these licensing deals and everything that, they're selling all this. He's making all that money now without having to do anything.
Yeah. That's got to be nice. Just getting royalty checks and getting checks and just sitting at home,
it says that
watching old VHSs,
right?
Your old stuff. You're like, man.
It says Richard Simmons is making is worth about $20 million.
It's not bad for a fitness guru.
No, not at all.
20 mil.
Yeah. Lives in Beverly Hills, California with his 2 Dalmatians. 3 Dalmatians.
Oh, he should have 101 Dalmatians.
Well, he had like 8 Dalmatians. And that's one of the things people like. He loves Dalmatians. One of the things was, his Dalmatian that he had for the longest time died right in 2014. So people were like, well, is that why? Was he so grieving over this Dalmatian so much that's what made him go away? Like he just couldn't bear to, come
Yeah.
out, or
Losing a
it's-
pet's a bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, really, no one can even judge him. I mean,
No.
I mean, you don't want to judge him,
I mean,
but
it's his life. I mean,
yeah,
if
he can do what he wants.
I feel like I don't want to say he owes people a goodbye, but I feel like he should. I mean, a lot of people dedicated themselves to Richard Simmons. A lot of people, lost weight with him and, bought all his products, went on his cruises. And there's a lot of people that felt like they were close to Richard, whether they were or not, whether Richard felt they were friends or if that was just, it was just business. A lot of people felt like Richard was a friend, because he was so personal to everyone. Like if you went to his class, his Slimmons class, they met every week. It was $12 a session. That's it. And he would actually be the one there working you out. No cameras. They said he got really raunchy during these things. Like he was like rubbing on the guys and, exposing himself and all that at these classes. For $12, you get to see Richard Simmons' penis, I guess. But yeah, it's just like, it's kind of like you should at least give the people a goodbye. At least, talk to them like, hey, hey, I'm still alive. I'm healthy. I'm okay. But man, I just need time for myself. I can't be a public figure anymore. I need my privacy. I need my own life. I appreciate everything. I loved working with everyone, but hey, now I got to focus on me. And that would be cool. Then people are like, okay, at least we got that. At least we got an explanation. At least we got a goodbye. No one has seen Richard Simmons since 2014. Other than,
The welfare check.
yeah,
and,
the cops.
The cops and his.
His brother, his brother said he still goes to holidays with him. And then he has one real good friend in New Orleans that'll go visit him because he grew up in New Orleans.
Yeah, but they're obviously sworn to.
Oh, yeah, they're not, taking pictures of him or anything.
Yeah.
Paparazzi got, I think, one picture of, like, his eyeball in his car. But that's it. I mean, we haven't seen Richard since then. So no one knows what he looks like. No one knows, is he healthy? Is he okay? And I can't imagine being, in the public eye for that long and just sitting at home. Like, just being a recluse, kind of. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I couldn't see myself, like, getting to $20 million, $40 million, my net worth, and being like, you know what, guys? Hey, I'm just done. I'm just going away. End the show one day and don't come back. I can picture it. I don't know. It's weird. But I mean, I would love to know what he's doing, though. You got that curiosity. Like, this is someone you grew up with. Like, my grandma used to watch his videos and stuff. So this is someone you grew up with, so you're kind of like, damn, what is going on with him? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, I mean, and then, people like, yeah, he's cut all his friends off, and apparently when the cops went to see him, Richard pulled out, like, an address book. He's like, look, these are my real friends. You can call any one of them, and they'll tell you that I've talked to them and I'm fine. He's like, a lot of people claim to be my friends that weren't, they were acquaintances or, his business or whatever. They're not really friends. So, I don't know. I kind of picture Richard just being like this heartless, like, just doesn't care about any one person in real life, and like you're just all a character.
That's a big character to play.
Yeah.
And to be just.
But like, can you imagine being like that in public? Like, oh, Gary, and then get home and just be like, oh my God, all these fat slobs out there just sweating to the oldies. Smells like a bacon pit in there. God. Hey, woman, give me some vagina and a beer.
Except it wasn't a woman that he wanted. Or that was. He was very flamboyant, and that's all just a work.
Yeah,
he got a wife.
In real life,
he got a girl, and
his
now
housekeeper's like his lover.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, get that vagina nice and warm for me. Richard's gonna stick the Slimmons in you.
Time to meet the real Richard.
Yeah. He takes off his hair when he gets home. Man. I just want to know what's up with him. I'd love. What if we could get Richard on the show?
I doubt that.
What if we were the only people that he'd give an interview with? He was like, I watch Long Ride Home every day on the internet, and I love you guys. I would love to be on your show. I'll help Corey lose some weight. Like, he needs it, Richard. Save this man's life. I need it too, Richard. Richard, I actually sent him a message yesterday. Yeah. It's on his website. You can message him directly, and it actually goes to him. Like, that's one thing. Like, yeah, when they developed that website, that goes straight to Richard's email. So I sent him a message yesterday, just like, hey, you know, gave him some big sob story. I really cared about you. You've been so much. All my family's dead, and you remind me of them, and I love you, Richard. Yeah. Maybe we'll call him and be like, oh, your story touched me so much that I'm going to come out of hiding. I'm like, you know where you should come out of hiding at, Richard? On my show.
I couldn't even imagine that.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine the amount of attention we'd get if we had Richard Simmons on our show?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm not even going to call in. I will come down to your studio and be live in your studio. You know how much attention we would get? Oh, my God. We'd be the biggest show on the planet. Move over, Howard Stern. Imus. Hey, you know what? Rush Limbaugh celebrated 1 month sober last week.
I heard.
Yeah. Good guy, good guy.
Womp, womp, womp.
People laugh. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. How many years sober is Amy Winehouse now?
Many. I don't know. I stopped counting. Who cares about her?
Good old Amy.
Good old Amy. Amy! Oh, my God. Can you imagine where will we get Richard Simmons? We'd be the biggest thing ever. We'd have a show in a major market by next week if we did that. We'd be moving to New York to take Long Ride Home there.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. I'm going to Richard's house. Let's go to his Beverly Hills house and
knock on his door.
Yeah. Well, they said there's no way to knock on the door. There's no doorbell. Like, if he doesn't know you're coming, there's no way to let him know you're there. It's crazy. I don't know.
I don't know either.
How quick would we make Richard cry on our show?
Oh, you'd antagonize. No, you'd be fangirling. You'd
I'd be antagonizing too, though. I think I'd have him upset pretty quick.
Aw.
And then I'd hug him and make him feel better and let him.
Not COVID. Well, he's.
I don't know if he's vaccinated. Maybe he has someone coming to his house to vaccinate
Why
him.
does he need to vaccinate? He don't go out, but I doubt he needs a vaccination.
It's true. His maid goes out and stuff, though, so housekeeper. So she probably needs to get vaccinated. I just couldn't imagine, like, what if Richard was still a public figure during COVID? Like, what would he be doing? Maybe would he be doing Zooms?
Maybe.
Like, he started posting old videos on his YouTube page when the pandemic started. Mm-hmm. He started posting videos, like, whoever runs his social media started posting videos and stuff. And they even said on the podcast, like, you can tell when a tweet or a post comes from Richard by the way he types. Because, like, Richard will type, like, a bunch of, like, everything's dot, 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 like, after every sentence. Like, a bunch of exclamation, like, he uses a lot of punctuation. So there's, like, you can tell when it's a Richard post and when it's, you know, someone that runs his social media posting. So, and it's just, looking back, there hasn't been many what seemed like Richard posts in a while. So, I don't know. See if we can get Richard Simmons on the show. Richard! Here's what I'm willing to offer you to come on our show. I'm willing to offer you my weight. I will lose 100 pounds if you come on our show. I'll go on a strict diet and lose 100 pounds if you come on our show. Corey, what are you offering?
I'm offering half of what you're offering.
So 50. So 150 pounds of weight loss between the two of us if you come on our show. And then I'll also let you play my husband's penis. Because, I mean, you know, if that's what you're into. Let's take one for the team.
You have to watch.
Yeah, you gotta let me watch.
What if he doesn't want you to watch?
Well, I won't watch, Richard. Hey, it's all yours, Richard. If you want to take him back to Beverly Hills for like 2 weeks, I'm cool with that. Go ahead. Just come on the show.
Go on a vacation.
Go on a vacation together.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm A-okay with that. So come on the show, Richard. We got 150 pounds and some black penis for you. Coming on the show. You know, two things you love, weight loss and penis. So we are going to wrap things up. It's that time of the day. We'll be back in here live on Friday at 4 o'clock again, right here on WMBU. Until then, remember, if you see that picture of Jesus on Facebook, share it or you will go to hell. Say goodbye, Koi.
Bye-bye.
No matter where you meet a stranger, be careful if they are too friendly. One never knows when the homosexual is about.
Schizophrenic baby, I love both of you. Schizophrenic baby, say you love me too. You too. Now when our romance has just begun, I know when everything's said and done, I'm getting two for the price of one. What fun! Schizophrenic baby, all my whole life through. You will hear me saying, I love both of you. I do. Baby, how happy we're gonna be, living together contentedly. You and your split personality and me. Schizophrenic baby, I've got news for you. Schizophrenic baby, I'm a schizo too. Me too. My alter ego and you and me, and your alter ego, we all will be engaged in a new group activity, you'll see. Baby, let's make it unanimous, just us.
WMVU.org.
No way! 24 hours, 7 days a week. Akron, Canton, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio.